Okay, Model 3, Unit 3E, the world's place to take away. On August 9th, 2010, Englishman Ed Stafford became the first man in history to walk the entire length of the Amazon River. To be exact, he walked the 4,000 miles in 28 months. But the brave explorers faced some the terrifying hazards along the way. The source of the Amazon River is high in the Indian mountains. After this, the gently trickly, but then it gathers speed and winds, eventually rushing into the Atlantic Oceans on 58 million gallons a second. The Amazon runs the world's largest jungle, which is home to a band of the world's animals on plant species. It is also one of the plant's most dangerous and hostile habitats. European explorers selling it in the 60th century, but no one was the brass enough to ward it. The danger is there of the to put anybody of flus, giants, anaconda, jaguars, electric eels, trolls, smuggles, and malaria. Hostile tribes the Charles Toggle, the Cayman crocodiles. And so which did it want to firstly it wanted to prove that this world was possible simply because every insect is couldn't be done. But his true experiences was the something even more important the forest itself is who was a former army the captain used to lead jungle expedition for a living and saw how deforestation was the destroying half sections of the rainforest. He desperately wanted to raise the public awareness about the uses and knew that if he went on the adventures like this would grab people's attention. So on April 2nd, the 2008, it set off from the jungles of Peru. From the start, he kept a video blog, the viewers cloud follows his progress only. It recorded his many heroes rising the moments, the best on still he suffered encounter with angry locals on his unfor- unforgettable the meeting with Dolly Pete Beaver. The snakes related to street because of the last moment lucky for it. His fates endless the jungles after his GPS failed. He had to use a compass as the 60 years old map to find his way. Uh, when he approached a village for the supplies, he realized the village was no longer there for a will. He had to survive on the piranha and turtles. He constantly struggled to stay the healthy. One time, swarms of the wasps attacked him and stung him over the 30 times. Another times he had to inject himself with antibiotics for the 3 weeks to stop a face hating that he caught. Um, the relationship weren't always easy. Either only 3 months into the journey, he had his walking partners argues over on the iPods, and his partner they returned to the EQ. But then a Peruvian forest worker, excuse me, Brigadier Charles de Sanchez, offered to join it for a few days. He ended the staging with him for 2 years. On day 5, the Colonel's field with a meridian strip approached the pair. Somehow their bows dropped, others even hit the shadow. They were furious to fend for foreigners in their territory. Eventually the chief let them go, but only if he could go with them. He became their guide for the next 47 days. The list of the difficulties goes on thus on. The crossing under or overflying the trees when in the mud and walking the restaurant charts. The grass made the progress painfully slow, but it never considered giving up. He was the finally author the age age 160 days on the 15,000 the mosquitoes bees. He is the Russia his final destination the Atlantic coast of Brazil. But the last part of his journey was also the hardest. In the last week, he collected with exhaustions, called agonizing rest all over his body, and then fissures. 6 miles width river nearly swept him out to sea, but somehow it finally made it. He is so happy that his achievement succeeded in the raising loss of the money and drawing attention to the many threats to the Amazon rainforest, the spectacular launch of the planet a natural wonder. We must the conservers at all costs.